You kind of touched on it before, and so I'm super excited to hear what your answer is. So if you could recommend one book for everyone to go read, what would it be?
Oh my. There's so many books I've read. One book for anybody, male or female. I am going to pick, I think it's called Influence. It's an old book. It's an old book, not social media. And it is purely based on how we as a culture influence each other daily, not necessarily marketing, but we as a culture influence everyone around us without even realizing it. And it makes you aware of how important it is to think freely, because we're constantly being bombarded with other people's opinions. And they are, whether you want to admit it or think it or not, they are molding our minds and molding what we think and molding how we do things. And it really opens you to being more of a free thinker and being aware of the outside forces that are upon us, good and bad, and really opening up to, am I doing this because I want to be doing this, or am I doing this because I feel as if I am going to be looked at differently if I don't? Kind of actually why I really appreciated you being open to doing this with me, because we don't know what the questions are. So like that question on suicide by a more conservative individual could have gone a lot differently, depending on how that person viewed suicide and whether or not they were okay with somebody knowing a darker part of where they were at one point in their lives. But that kind of stuff is kind of where it feeds into being your authentic self and, realizing how society a lot of times is manipulating who we actually are. Good book. I want to say, I'll post what the actual, it's Influence. I feel like there's another word to it though. I'll have to figure that out. But it's an older book. Really, really good. Definitely helped me a lot.
Think one that's on my list to read that I haven't read yet that is always coming up, which you just made me think about, I should probably go get it, is How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is probably yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good
I gotta read that one.
I want to see if I can find it really fast while we're here. It's so old. I don't know. Oh my God, here it is. The Psychology of Persuasion. Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion.
Robert, who is it? Robert
Cialdini. I've read this book twice.
Okay.
And it's unbelievable. It actually says in it that if the wrong person gets a hold of it, they can actually manipulate the wrong way. But I'm a good person, so I got all the good stuff out of it. But
and you know everything.
But it goes real deep into whether or not we are being who we want to be. So
Love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Dude, this one's so good.
I'm telling you, I've got a whole list of questions to ask you. So you just tell me what the next one is, because we can go on for days.
This was so great. I'm so excited. And I would love to do this with you again.
Absolute. Yeah, this is fun. This is good. Good stuff. I got a lot out of it. So hopefully somebody else got some kind of message of hope, that it touched their heart, that they can take something from this and apply it to their life and see results, man. That's what it's about, right?
Exactly. So I'm going to close up. Do you have any concluding words for us?
Hey, that was it. Just, I hope that you can take something from this and apply it and share it to other people. Like, one of the biggest things for me is to learn something and then turn around and teach it. So if you hear something on this podcast that really touched your life, then turn around and go share it with someone else, because your message could be the one encouraging message or voice that somebody else hears that they need to hear to save their life. So
exactly. I totally agree. All right. Well, let me close out. Thank you so much for joining us here on Her Version. If you have an amazing story to share of struggle to triumph, be sure to reach out to me here or on herversion.life. I am your host, Sabrina Victoria, and I'm so grateful to be here sharing a platform that allows people to share their truth in order to inspire and uplift others. Have an amazing day. Much love.